Hey beautiful, let's get bootyful. So these are the big body workout. So we're starting with some range of motion exercises for the spine. That's a cat cow. And then we're going to move into a thread the needle, because you know said a good girl them with spine after nice and ready for the workouts. Up next, I'm going to do some core activation, because you need to make sure that your spine, very important, it's very fragile, so you have to make sure that it's stable throughout your workout. So I'm going to do all 3 planks, and in this particular workout I did them 1 minute each. If you can't get to 1 minute, don't worry about it, work your way up. Pay attention to the form, keep your belly button in, keep your chest nice and open, make sure that the body stays still, because this movement has no movement. So the first exercise is going to be one of my favorites. It's a goblet squat, and I'm using a dumbbell here. I don't want you to get caught up on the numbers, because this is a 30-pound dumbbell. Some of you know, if you're not just a start out, really and truly are your body weight you're supposed to use. So really and truly, let's call a thing a thing. You need to work your way up. So pay attention to my form. I do it in all 3 directions so that you can see. My toes are slightly turned out. My knees are also turned out so that I activate the hips. I activate the glute muscles. That's what you need to be doing. Also keep your chest upright. Now, importantly, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together and tucking them down into the back pocket as I do this reverse lunge. So while you're holding the dumbbells, this is what I use to keep a good strong foundation. A lot of persons don't realize it, but the shoulder joint, even though it is strong, it is also pretty fragile. So you want to ensure that while you're just using those weights to weigh you down, to add some resistance to this exercise, you want to make sure the shoulder joint remains nice and healthy. So I like to squeeze the shoulder blades together and tuck them down into my back pocket. So as I said before, this is a reverse lunge. Excellent exercise for working out the glute muscles. Hamstrings are also activated and the quadriceps are also activated. Booty check, yes, it's there. Cutty eye, that is a bad girl cut eye. When she knows that she hot, and them things that she go on with cut blood clot eye. Now we're going off to picking up the dumbbells. Shoulder blades will go back and down, bend the knees, looking straight up. And we got a nice neutral spine going on as we get into our next round of reverse lunges. If you notice throughout this, you do see that I have a slight torso tilting forward. You want to ensure that it's not dramatic, so you're not chest over knee dropping down. You want to ensure the shoulders remain tucked back and down. You notice how the posture is nice and clean. And then when you step back, babies, if you're wearing socks and you're on a slippery floor, make sure there is some grip, because you can slip and hurt yourself. So even though you're working out at home, I do like to recommend sneakers. Up next, we have side lunges. Now, these are great exercises for the abductors, which are the muscles on that outer side of the leg. So glute med, glute minimus are also targeted here. This is also an exercise that could actually help you with hip dips. So if you ever see those hip dips, a lot of ladies don't like them. You can use this exercise to help to develop the sides of your hips. And coming back a little bit away from just pure aesthetics, we all want to look beautiful and hot and sexy, but it's also great to stabilize the hips. This is an excellent way to stabilize the hips, especially because you're pushing yourself off balance, off of center, and it can be particularly difficult if you're doing it for the first time. You can do it with body weight first, and then you can add your weights. I haven't decreased or upped my weight. It's still a 30-pound dumbbell, in case you're wondering. This is just a back view. Notice how I'm still trying to maintain my torso upright as I do somewhat of a half squat. You want to ensure, a lot of persons tend to turn the bending, or if you want to say squatting leg, they turn it all the way out, meaning toes and knees pointing out. You want to not do that, because then you'll be targeting the inner thigh versus the outer thigh. So try to keep it relatively parallel. Up next, you have the single leg hip thrust. Now, is you a bad girl if you're not a hip thrust? No, you ain't. You cannot be a hot girl. You can't be a... Don't play with me. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Hip thrusts are excellent. And again, I'm still using my 30-pound dumbbell. And really and truly, ladies, if you have access to heavier weights or even lighter weight, you can shift it around. You don't have to use the same number weight as I'm using. I am working at about, if we say like a RPE, rate of perceived exertion, how hard am I working, 0 to 10? Throughout this workout, it was like about 7 or 8. So use weights that when you lift, it's pushing you to about a 7 or 8 out of 10. Another one of my favorites, this is a supported single leg squat. Now this can actually advance into what is known as a pistol squat. Usually I do pistol squats, but this particular day, by the way, I'm in Trinidad. This is me in Trinidad, guys. But this particular day, I was actually jet lagged. So it was a day after I had landed and my knees were just not kneeing. You know what I mean? So I was doing this, as you see here, with the support of the chair, with that mop stick there. And again, make sure that you're stable and you're not slippy sliding all over the place. Another option would be to hold on to something a lot more stable than a pole. So the great thing about this exercise is that it is mocking the way that the glutes work. So the glutes extend the hips, meaning it straightens this part, that is straightening the hips. So when you stand up, it's the glutes that help you to stand up. So many persons who have sleeping butt syndrome, sometimes you have difficulty getting out of a low chair. Many times your glutes are the culprit. They're very weak. It could be your legs all around, to be honest with you, but the glutes tend to be a prime culprit in you not being able to stand up. Yeah. My new brand, Chris Fit, launches this Saturday. Click the link above so that you can join me live, and I'm going to tell you all about it. And now over here now, I'm doing it without the pole. Typically, if you know what a pistol squat looks like, I do this without a chair. So I do a squat all the way down. But babies, my knees again. So this is an advanced or a progression. So you know, in order to grow, you want to be doing a thing called progressive overloading, which is that you're not allowing your muscles or your body to adapt. And this doesn't happen day by day. Many times it happens week by week. For persons who are not as advanced, it'll happen over months. So thank you so much for watching. Remember, my new brand, Chris Fit, launches this Saturday. Join me live by clicking the link above. I'll tell you all about it.